My name is Dr. Stephen Munga. I am the Center Director for Kenya Medical Research Institute Center for Global Health Research in Kisumu. My main work here is administration, but on the science side, I also do a lot of research in the area of entomology and also public health. Yes, we do a lot of work with pathogens, which actually could be potentially be used for bioterrorism. So what we do here is we work with pathogens such as TB, for example. We also do a lot of work with, in One Health, things like anthrax, for example, which are potentially can be used for human bioterrorism. What we do here, for example, we normally respond to cases of anthrax outbreak in this country, in the area of One Health. Also for TB, we also do work with trying to conduct research on prevalence of TB in this country, which has not been done for a while. For example, the first TB prevalence survey was actually done out of the center. And one of the biggest challenges in the area of TB is multi-drug resistant TB. So what we normally do is we do case findings within the community to try and identify these cases so that they can be treated and put on drugs. So we also do a lot of work on TB vaccines, trying to test different candidates for TB vaccines. So that is also part of what we do here.
So I was very interested to discover that Kenya is investing in its own ARV supply capacity. By this I mean specifically that it's building a pharmaceutical company that will mean that the Kenyan supply of ARVs can be indigenized, which means that it can actually be provided locally through the country without having to rely on European pharmaceutical companies, and that this capacity means that in Africa, many countries in Africa will have access to affordable ARV drugs without having to rely on Western societies. And I think this is an incredibly important intervention, and I'm quite keen to know more about this and how this intervention on Kenya developing its own pharmaceutical companies for ARVs will tackle the problem of HIV infection in the country, given that Kenya is one of the fourth largest countries which have a problem in Africa with HIV infections. So that's what I'm interested in knowing.
Okay, the rollout first, just as a starting point, yesterday was World AIDS Day, so we did participate here in Kisumu County. So in terms of rollout of ARVs, Kenya has been very active in terms of really going out into the community to find out the HIV cases and putting them on drugs. And it's also worth mentioning that the very first rollout of ARV drugs in this country was as a result of the Global AIDS program, what was called GAP, which was done through the center as well. So we have been very active in trying to improve on testing. And more so recently, the government has introduced what is called self-test. So you can actually walk into a pharmacy, buy the self testing kit, and test it within the comfort of your room or within the comfort of your house. So that the government has really been trying to be very active in rolling out the ARVs.
And if I remember correctly, Kisumu is one of the hotspots of HIV, so you're very close also here in your center.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, from yesterday, from the cabinet secretary, that is the Minister for Health, what she actually said yesterday was that the national prevalence, I think, has come down to 4.9%. But this region, I think, is still in the the neighborhood of about above 16%. But then they were saying that overall there has been a decline of infections from, I think, by 51% in the last couple of years. Hi Bernard from Uganda. My name is Stephen Munga. I wanted to ask what are some of the impacts of your program in Uganda and what has been achieved so far?